What's good, R&B squad? This is Heart of Ruth. I trust that this message meets you guys in good spirits. If you're new to this family, we don't believe that you're here by accident. Welcome. We're happy to have you, and Jesus is, of course, always happier. The word that I have today comes from a dream that I had with two different scenes in it. And as per usual, as you listen to the details, you will know whether or not the word is for you. Please eat the meat, spit out the bone, take what's for you, and leave the rest. And more importantly, pray as you listen, okay? Make sure that you're praying for direct confirmation from God that the word is actually for you. So getting into the first scene in the dream, there were these two women, and they were arguing. They were having an argument. And I immediately understood, because the Lord gave me the understanding of which one was the antagonist in the situation, which one was the one who was attacking. So the second woman was the one who was verbally attacking the first woman, and she seemed like she was doing it out of anger and hate and malice. So she didn't have a valid reason to verbally attack the first woman. She was just doing it just to be malicious. And in the process, while she was hurling all of these insults at the first woman and saying all of these terrible things to her to try to provoke her, the first woman takes a step forward. That's all she did. She took a step forward. And the second woman, she was standing in front of a staircase. She was standing right at the top of the staircase. And when the first woman took the step forward, she took a step back. So the first woman, at whom she was hurling all of the insults, took a step forward, and then the second woman took a step back. And the step back that she took led to her falling right down those stairs. Okay? Now bear in mind, the first woman, the one whom she had been attacking, did not even touch her. All that woman did was step forward. She looked like she stepped forward and she was about to put her in her place. And in the first woman advancing, the second woman, the one hurling all of the insults, she stepped back and fell. She fell down those stairs, backwards down those stairs. Okay? So I'm going to explain to you guys what that means, and then I'm going to get into the second scene in the dream. So for those of you whom this part of the word is for, there has been a person or people attacking you, and they have been attacking you for no reason. They have no reason to attack you. They have no reason to come for you. They have no reason to say the things that they're saying about you, but they do it anyway out of malice. This is just who they are. By nature, they are malicious, and their intention is to try to provoke you, to provoke a reaction, to try to get you to come down to their level, to try to get you to step out of your character. In other words, they're trying to get you to stop being the man of God or the woman of God that you are. So then they can point at you and say, see, they're not so this and they're not so that. They're not so good after all. That is what they want. They want you to come out of character. They want you to engage in the same foolishness that they often engage in. However, notice in that scene, in that dream, when the first woman was about to stand up for herself, after the second woman had already hurled all of these insults and she'd already made all of this mischief, all the first woman did was step forward to stand up for herself. That's it. And that one movement made the second woman, the one who was hurling all of the insults and the verbal attacks, it made her fall down those stairs, because in her attempt to attack the first woman, she did not notice that she was standing in a dangerous position. And that's the thing. These people who are attacking you, or this person who is attacking you, they don't know that they're standing in a dangerous position. They're so blinded by their malice that they don't see how dangerous it is to attack a child of God. And again, I should put emphasis on the fact that the first woman did not even touch the second woman in order to cause her to fall. All the first woman did was step forward to stand up for herself. And for those of you whom this is for, that stepping forward to stand up for yourself could look simply like you calling out to God. That's all some of you are doing. You're not returning the attacks. You're not counter-attacking these people. Okay. But you are standing up for yourself spiritually. You're praying and you're calling out to God and asking the Lord to fight the battle for you and to defend you. And that's enough. You don't have to do anything else. These people, while they are attacking you, they're the ones that are going to end up falling, not you. While they're attacking you, their attacks is going to cause their own demise. So take comfort in the fact that God is fighting your battle. So now going into the second scene in the dream. In the second scene in the dream, this was a totally different setting, and this one involved a couple. Now, this couple, they were in the very early stages of courtship. So they had just started courting. And I was made to understand that this courtship was ordained by God. This is something that God had in the making for quite some time. And there was this woman who was gossiping about the couple. She kept going around to other people and saying stuff about this couple and their relationship. And the things that she was saying about them were not true. That's the first thing. And they were also very unpleasant. So she was spreading unpleasant rumors and gossip about this couple in order to make their relationship look questionable. And she was doing so out of jealousy. It was because she was envious of the relationship. That being said, the couple decided that instead of keeping their relationship secret, because they had been keeping their relationship private, their relationship had been hidden from the public, and they decided that instead of doing that, they were going to go out in the open with their relationship. They were going to let people know that they were a couple in response to that lady's gossip. And here's what ended up happening. When they decided to go public with their relationship, instead of people paying attention to the gossip from the woman who had been gossiping, people started commenting on how beautiful this couple was. Everybody saw how beautiful a couple they made, how well suited they were to each other. And that began to be the topic of conversation. So no one was listening to the gossip anymore. Now they were just looking at this couple and thinking they're beautiful together. This is a perfect match. And then I came away from what I was seeing in that scene in that dream. So for someone, this part of the word is a kingdom marriage word. And this is for two groups of people. Some of you know your God-ordained partner. Some of you do not. You're about to meet them. Okay? Either way, when you step into courtship, there are going to be people who are not going to like it. Some of these people, it is purely out of jealousy. It's out of envy, and they're allowing the enemy to use them. So they're going to try to drag your relationship through the dirt by engaging in mudslinging. They're going to say things about you guys. They're going to make up stories about how you got together. They're going to try to make your relationship look like it's something that is wrong somehow, that it's not of God. However, God's hand has been in your relationship from the very beginning. From the very beginning. God's hand is all over it. And you know that, and your person is going to know that. Okay? Or if you know who your person is, they already know that. They know God's hand is in it. The people gossiping, you best believe that they know too that God's hand is in the relationship, because they would have tried to prevent that relationship from happening, and it's still going to happen in spite of what they do. But here's the thing. God's hand of protection and favor is up on that relationship. So when you guys start courting, God's hand and his protection is going to be in it. And therefore, it does not matter what anyone says or who engages in mudslinging or who tries to make it seem like your relationship is not of God or that the two of you aren't supposed to be together. It doesn't matter who's gossiping. What is going to happen is that their gossip is going to backfire. And instead of the people that they're gossiping to listening to them and believing what they say, those people are going to look at you guys and think, this is a beautiful couple. So what they mean for harm, what the enemy is using to harm you guys, is going to end up working in your favor. People are going to see the beauty of your relationship. They're going to understand when they look at you that nobody but God could have brought the two of you together. Because you know why? The enemy cannot create that perfection. He cannot. When people look at you guys, they're going to know that you're a perfect match. Not that you guys are perfect people individually, but that together you're a perfect match for each other. And the enemy cannot create that kind of perfection. He cannot. So people are going to be able to see that. So that's the word, guys. I hope that this message blessed someone. I love you guys. I will be back with another word as soon as the Lord releases me. Take care.